Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Shakayla. I create and share delicious plant-based recipes and inspiration. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. This week's video is a what I eat in a week, so let's get into it. By now, y'all know your girl is a mushroom and walnut meat stan. Like, I make it every week. And so I had a batch this week and I just seasoned it up with some taco seasoning, and I decided to have myself a little burrito for dinner. I actually made 2 of these. But in the burrito, I just put some refried beans. I put in some Spanish rice, that mushroom and walnut meat that I cooked up. Also made like a little cilantro, yellow onion and lime mix. And then I added in some green salsa. But this was so delicious. It was simple, but very, very filling and delicious. Okay, and I mean, what is one of my videos, whether it be a what I eat in a week or what I eat in a day, without me making a matcha latte? So that's what I'm doing now. I have been obsessing over, if you've seen my other recent videos, you know there's a special ingredient I like to put in my matcha lattes. I'm not gonna say it on here because I want y'all to go see the other videos, but your girl is obsessed with this new flavor. And I just love matcha. I'm either having a matcha or a mushroom coffee because it's my thing. And something else that's my thing, you know, putting my matcha in fancy glasses. Listen, we are romanticizing the smallest things here. Welcome, 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 welcome. So here I'm actually making my take on a vegan hollandaise sauce. So for my hollandaise sauce, and I'm still perfecting it, but you can always try it if you'd like. I'm going in with some soaked cashews, some plant milk, nutritional yeast, added some lemon juice, some turmeric for color, onion powder, some black pepper, salt, and then some miso paste. I just blended that up until it was creamy and smooth. And then I added some vegan butter to a pot. I honestly haven't had hollandaise sauce in I don't know how long. So this is just me going based off of what I can remember and what I would imagine it to taste like. But it was really, really good. And that leads me into the first recipe that I actually used it for, which is my take on a vegan crab cake benedict. Y'all, when I tell y'all this was so delicious. So I'm using lion's mane mushroom for my crab cake benedict. I've made this with lion's mane before, but I am doing things just a little bit differently. So right now you just see me shredding the lion's mane mushroom just to get like crab, I guess the size of what crab would be. And then I went in with some artichoke. I wanted to use hearts of palm, but I didn't have any, so artichoke it is, and it worked out perfectly. I added in those bell peppers and onions, seasoned it with some Old Bay and some vegan-friendly burrito, some lemon juice, of course, some salt and black pepper, can't forget it, and then vegan mayo. I could have added way more vegan mayo, but I just didn't want to. And then I went in with some panko breadcrumbs, and gave that a mix. Now, at this point, I was like, okay, is it as, like, do I think that it would bind? And the verdict was no. So I decided to make a, like the vegan egg, which was made from flaxseed and water, milled flaxseed and water. And you just let that sit for about 5 to 10 minutes until it's kind of like a gel-like texture. You'll see when I pour it. Like that, like the gel-like texture. It's very interesting, but it helps as a binder. Something else you could also use is, you know, more breadcrumbs or even flour. I wanted to test it without it, so this ended up working. I just had to be very gentle with it as well, because it could easily break apart. I just wrapped them in some seaweed and I let it marinate in the fridge for about an hour or so, and then we got to cooking. Have you ever been to Planta or heard of Planta? It is a plant-based restaurant based out, it's like in most major large cities. So like I know they have one in DC, Miami, California, LA, but on their menu they have this bang bang broccoli, and when I tell y'all the bang bang broccoli is chef's kiss. I had it once before and I have been thinking about it ever since. So the girl is making her very own bang bang broccoli. So I'm starting out by steaming the broccoli, of course, like wash and clean it, but then steam it just so it can cook down a bit. I found that helps it crisp up. And then I'm making like a wet mix, like a dredge, and then a dry mix. So in the wet mix, it's flour, the cashew and walnut milk that I made, some hot sauce and mustard. I just stir that up until it's like a thick consistency almost. In the second bowl, I go in with the panko breadcrumbs. I did a mix of arrowroot powder and all-purpose flour. I went with the arrowroot powder because it reminds me of cornstarch. Well, not reminds me, like it is a very equal cornstarch substitute and helps things get a bit more crispy, and so that's why I decided to combine that. And I also added in some all-purpose seasoning just for a little, a little razzle dazzle. And so I took the steamed broccoli and I added it in the wet mix, and then we added it to the dry mix. And you can honestly air fry or bake these. If you bake them, I recommend baking it on like 425 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes on each side. So yes, you have to flip it, or you can do it in the air fryer on 380 degrees for about, I would say anywhere from like 10 to 15 minutes. You just want to like shake it halfway through and just keep a close eye on it to make sure it doesn't burn. Oh yeah, and don't forget to spray generously with oil. It was such a gloomy day in Virginia. My boo was out of town, so I decided to have me a little me night. I was in the car trying to figure out what I wanted to eat for dinner. I found a recipe, which I didn't even make it, but that didn't stop us because we still went to Whole Foods. Y'all know, I just love the grocery store. I love the grocery store. Like, I find myself just walking down the aisles. Honestly, I can spend hours in the grocery store, but your girl was ready to get home. So I grabbed some stuff from their little, I don't know what type of bar this would be called, like a snack bar. It's back there by the cheese and the crackers, everything for charcuterie, because that's what I decided I wanted to make. I also picked me up a bottle of wine. So I got some spreadable cheese by the brand, from the brand Kite Hill. Also added in some chili crunch, fig jam, strawberries. I do not know how to pronounce those things, but it was like little mini pickles, as well as some olives, some stuffed grape leaves. These are so good. And then the Craze crackers. Those crackers are the bomb.com. And so for the rest of the night, I kind of just vibed out, had a little me time, put on a show, and that was it. And when I went to Whole Foods, I decided to pick me up some chocolate. Of course, I got some dairy-free chocolate. This is from the brand Enjoy Life, which I've used their products before and I really like it. But I was trying to figure out how to make the perfect vegan chocolate-covered strawberries. And I learned that you have to put a bit of oil in the chocolate when you melt it down. Literally had no clue. But when I tell y'all, these were probably the best chocolate covered strawberries I've ever had. Like, I'm still thinking about them now, and honestly I'm about to make some more because I just got some strawberries delivered and I have some leftover chocolate. But anyway, this is the end of the video. Your girl ate good this week. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. I pray you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.